In this video, I'm going to go through the monetization of every single social media platform so you know which platforms you should post to and how you can actually make money from them. This is really important information if you're doing a faceless channel. It's still pretty important information if you're just posting your face because you want to make the most amount of money possible from the videos that you post. So if you're going to make videos regardless, you may as well make the maximum amount of money possible by posting to every single social media platform that allows you to be monetized, which means it's probably good to understand the rules. Funny enough, I already made a video on this, and in my opinion, this was much more professionally made. It was a 17-minute video going through exactly the best and worst social medias to make money, and it has literally everything: professional editing, super in-depth content. But the thing is, a lot of people prefer these casual style videos, so I'm actually going to be doing that instead on this video. But it's going to be a lot of the same information from here, so if you want to see this original video, you can check it out. I'll leave it as the first link in the description. Let me just copy this link and throw it into the Notion so that my editor knows to put this when he posts. So let's get right into it. So I'm basically going to be reviewing every social media's monetization. We're going to look at the requirements to be monetized. So how many views, followers, and does the content actually have to be original? Then we'll look at the actual pay that the platform has. So in other words, how much money you make per 1,000 views, or this is also known as your RPM. All the different factors that actually contribute to your RPM. Then we'll look at the stability of the pay and then the wild cards. So if there's any extra ways to make money from that platform. So with that being said, let's get right into it. Okay, so the first platform that we have is YouTube Shorts. Now on all my faceless channels, YouTube Shorts is my main platform. And the reason is, in my opinion, it has the best balance of pay, stability, and the ability to add editors to your channel. So let me explain what that means. If I want to let someone post on my TikTok account for me, I literally need to just let them log in, which I definitely don't want to do. But with YouTube, you can add people as editor to your channel. So I can give someone permission to just post new content without letting them log into it. I can also make it so they can upload new videos but not delete old videos. So for that reason, I think YouTube Shorts should be people's main first platform. And that way you don't have to let people log in to actually post for you. But anyways, that's only one good feature that YouTube has that other platforms don't, that you can use on top of the actual amount that it pays you and the stability. So firstly, let's say you want to get monetized on a new YouTube channel. Well, the requirements are as follows. You have to have at least 10 million shorts views in the past 90 days. You need 1,000 subscribers, and then your content kind of has to be original, but more on that in a second. Firstly, 10 million views in the past 90 days. This is honestly a pretty high threshold to hit to actually get monetized, so it's not the quickest to get monetized on YouTube. And if you do hit 10 million views, it's extremely unlikely that you won't also hit 1,000 subscribers, so the 10 million view threshold is really the hardest thing to hit. Now what this really means is you need 2 or 3 videos with a couple million views each, and that's all you need to hit to actually reach the monetization threshold. And then in terms of originality, you can't just pure repost other people's clips without adding anything, but you can get away with adding very little, and I don't need to go into all of it on this video, but I have a full video called what YouTube Shorts are versus aren't monetizable on my channel, and I'll leave the link to this full video in the description. Again, just gonna put that in my Notion so my editor knows to add that when he uploads it. So once you meet these thresholds, then the question is how much do you actually get paid? And it can vary a lot, but it really all depends on your demographic. So in all likelihood, you'll get paid 1 cent on the absolute low end to around 30 cents per 1,000 views on YouTube Shorts. And with YouTube Shorts, your niche doesn't matter or anything. The only thing that matters is the location of your demographic. So if you go to one of my faceless channels right here called Stories Told, you could see that our RPM on Shorts is 20 cents per 1,000 views. And that's primarily because of the fact that when I go to audience, you can see here that I have pretty much only English speaking countries as my main viewers. So it's United States, United Kingdom, Canada, and then I have some viewership from India. The more first world countries you can target, the more amount of money you'll make per 1,000 views. And if you can get a majority US audience like we do, you'll get around 20 cents to 30 cents per 1,000 views. If it happens to be more third world countries, like if your audience is entirely from India, you're probably looking at somewhere closer to between a 1 cent and a 5 cent RPM. But just to be clear, guys, it does not matter what niche you're in for YouTube Shorts specifically. That's a pretty common misconception. You can even go to YouTube's website on YouTube Shorts monetization, And there's a whole video on how it works. I don't need to go through it right now. But essentially, the only thing that matters from the big creator pool that they pay people out of. So all you're paid on is your portion of views from the creator pool of each country. And obviously, the countries that have more money will have a bigger creator pool. So that's how much you can expect to make. And then one of the reasons I like YouTube Shorts is because it's much more stable than other platforms. So I'll just go to one of my personal channels to explain this, but videos on YouTube Shorts can have a much longer lifespan than pretty much any other social media platform. So let's look at my account Fly Juggler, for example, and go to the analytics, and you can see here almost entirely from Shorts views, I've still made $303 in the past 28 days without touching this. This is because my old YouTube Shorts are still getting views on them, so it's still making me money. However, when it comes to the other platforms, the same isn't true. So even on my Fly Juggler TikTok account, I'm making no money from that right now. But with my YouTube, I'm still making money from old videos that I posted a really long time ago. So that's one of the hidden benefits of YouTube. It's a lot more stable, and the RPM is pretty stable as well. As long as your videos are continuously targeting the same audience, you have a much more expected amount that you can make each month, rather than TikTok, which the video will pop off and then instantly die, and you won't know from video to video how much the RPM will be on each one. And now for the wild card with YouTube Shorts, they allow you to double revenue with music royalties. So in case you didn't know, basically what YouTube Shorts allows you to do is make extra money by partnering with a music company and running their songs on your videos. This right here is how much we've made with it from November. You can see we've made an extra $27,000, and it's pretty much all from adding other people's music to our videos. This only works because of how YouTube Shorts payout works, because they pay musicians separately. So then musicians go, oh, if I get paid more per amount of views, I'll just distribute some of that to the people who get the views for me. So if you work with companies like this, you can make a bunch of extra money from your content, and you can see here we've made around $27,000 extra from it. Recently, RPMs have dropped, and they're working on raising it right now. But essentially right now we're getting around 3 cents per 1,000 views, which really is not great. But over a longer time period when RPMs were higher, we were making closer to 17 cents per 1,000 views on average, which actually is pretty good and pretty much means we're doubling the amount of money we make from YouTube. Now, we're not sure if RPMs are going to return back to normal yet, so we'll see about that. But assuming they do, this means you'll be able to get an average of 15 extra cents per 1,000 views just by running music on your videos. And I have to say here, RPMs can change very, very drastically depending on the account. And there's not an exact formula of how music royalties work, but essentially it's going to be 1 cent to 70 cents per 1,000 views that you get, pretty much. And this is when the RPMs were normal. Now it's around 1/5 of what these were, but if it goes back up, this is what you can expect. Basically, it's some combination of the amount of YouTube premium views that you get, the demographic of those views, the niche that you're in, and the video length, which makes up what your RPM will be. But I don't really have good data on what things have the best type of RPM. I do know that the more premium views you can get, the better. The more US audience you can get, the better. And the longer the video length, the better. But in terms of niche, it's a little hard to say what niche is actually best in terms of making money. So YouTube has that little beneficial wild card right there that other platforms don't have, which is the fact that you can add music. But that's pretty much how YouTube Shorts monetization work. Now moving on to the next platform. Okay, so the next platform is TikTok. Now again, just for some backing here, I have multiple TikTok accounts along with all my faceless accounts, such as Fly Juggler with 230,000 followers and Moneymine News, pretty much 75,000 followers. And I have a lot of experience getting monetized on TikTok and actually trying to make money with it. So here's the requirements and then how much it actually pays. So to get monetized on TikTok, views is actually pretty low. You just need 100,000 views in the past month. That's pretty easy. Most people can hit that by just posting naturally. At minimum, a video you post can get like 1,000 views, even if it's pretty bad, which means that honestly, if you just post enough times, you should be able to hit that threshold. But then the harder part is actually getting to 10,000 followers, which is the other part of the threshold. So with YouTube, it's way harder to get enough views, but getting enough subscribers is easy enough. With TikTok, it's the reverse. Getting enough followers is the hard part, and getting enough views should be easy enough. On top of this, to actually get paid, you do need to have pretty original content, and I do feel like TikTok cracks down on this a little bit harder. So with YouTube, when they tell you that your content is unoriginal and can't be monetized, and you have the chance to put in a 5-minute video appeal on why you should still be monetized, on TikTok, you don't really get the same chance. You can put in a short description as an appeal, but they won't even accept it most of the time, and it's not really a guarantee that you'll actually make money from it. So with that being said, if you do pass the requirements, the pay can vary a lot. But sorry, there's one more thing that makes TikTok annoying. The videos have to be 1 minute or longer. If your videos are not 1 minute or longer, they are not eligible for monetization in TikTok's program that pays you per the amount of views you get. So you have to make videos that are at least a minute long, or you simply won't get paid. That is a bit of an annoying threshold, but with that being said, you can make some good money, and I've actually made a lot of money with TikTok in the past. So this is my earnings from Fly Juggler last year, and it isn't even showing every single month from the start, but you can see that's over $8,000 from the creativity program in a year, and that's just from 19.9 million qualified views. So the pay essentially will be somewhere between 1 cent and $1 per 1,000 qualified views. That's a big range, so let me get into that. But first, what is a qualified view? Well, a qualified view is someone who watches the video from the For You page and watched for at least 5 seconds. So if the person didn't watch for at least 5 seconds, the view doesn't qualify and you can't make any money from that person. Now, just so you guys are clear, that's usually around half of the people who look at a video actually make it to the 5-second mark. From that, let's look at how the RPM changes. So supposedly, according to TikTok, it really depends on the quality of the video. So the more you are actually trying to be like a real authentic person on TikTok, the higher your RPM should be. But we've seen a big variance and it's really unpredictable. And that's one thing I really don't like about TikTok. It's not that stable in terms of how much money you can make from it. One thing we did notice when we used to post much more consistently on our TikTok accounts for our faceless channels is that the account newness would matter a lot. So if you just got a new account and you just monetized it, the RPM would get as high as like 60 cents to $1 per 1,000 qualified views. But as that account got older and older, and as the next months of that account started, the RPM would start dropping, sometimes for us, even as low as 1 cent per 1,000 views, which was just awful. So again, it's really unpredictable with TikTok, and it's not stable at all in terms of how much money you can actually make with it. And there's no real wild cards here, so I don't really like referring to TikTok for a main platform that you can make money from, but it is supplemental income, so I do recommend posting to it on top of posting to any other platform. And while we're here, I did want to show you guys how you can actually post to every single platform at once without having to do it manually, and that's what I've been doing for the past year. It's basically a website called repurpose.io. I'll leave it as the first link in the description. But basically what it allows you to do is connect all your different social media accounts into one place, and then you can set up automations from one social media platform to all other social media platforms. So you can see here with this YouTube channel, Money Mind Unfiltered, every time I post a YouTube short to it, that YouTube short automatically gets reposted to Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and to TikTok. And you can do this with as many platforms as you want. So my recommendation is you manually post to YouTube Shorts, and then you use repurpose.io to automatically repost those videos to TikTok, which can make extra revenue, but that way you don't have to manually post on it and rely on it as your most stable platform in terms of how much money you make every single month. But with that being said, TikTok can still make you money, so I do recommend posting to it, and I think using repurpose.io to get it automatically posted there is the easiest way. It's literally what I do, and it's how I've grown really big on TikTok. So I highly recommend this, and I actually talked to the company and was able to get you guys a discount, so you can try it completely for free just to start out and make sure that it works and does everything you need. But if you use code MONEYMIND10, you will save 10% off, so you're welcome, guys. Anyways, now to the next platform. And the next platform is Instagram. So Instagram, honestly, I wouldn't bother with because it's literally invite only and there's no specifications on how to actually get into Instagram's monetization program. Now, luckily, somehow, I have no idea how, if you go to instagram.com/flyjuggler, I have 370,000 followers on here. My account got into the program somehow. I have no idea how. And I can show you guys the payments for that. So you can see here, I had some months where I was making like a couple $1,000 just from the amount of views I was getting from Instagram. But the truth is, there's pretty much no way to get into this program unless you have a ton of followers, are verified, and you consistently have been posting videos with your actual face in it. And even then, there's no way whether you're going to know whether you get monetized or not. It's literally just, if you get in, you'll just get a notification one day and then you're in the program. There's no way to control for it. So I really wouldn't worry or focus on it at all. It's basically something that no one will really get into. And I made around $5,000 off of far more than 50 million views. So you're looking at around a 10-cent RPM from there. But again, it's pretty much impossible to get into this unless you're actually a face creator. So Instagram, for almost everyone, you won't be able to make money from. But I still would recommend posting to it because a lot of the time these platforms will change how their monetization works. And so when they do change, you're going to want as many followers as humanly possible so you could take off the second that that platform actually starts up. But moving on from Instagram, we have Snapchat. Now, this might be one of the most complicated platforms for literally no reason at all. They just gatekeep so hard. So if you go to Snapchat, you can see that if you look up Fly Juggler, I actually have a star next to my name. Now, first of all, to even get monetized, this is 100% a requirement. Like, you will not get monetized unless you have a Snap Star. So that's first of all. Now, getting a Snap Star is really hard on its own. You need to be somewhat of like a public figure, and honestly, until you post a lot of face videos and you are a public figure, you're probably not even going to get a Snap Star in the first place. If you are there, I would recommend watching a video on this where I talked to some guy who explained it. It was this video right here. Snapchat creator explains new monetization program. And he went into detail how it actually works on trying to get a Snap Star. But the core thing is that it's really difficult unless you're a public figure of somewhat. But then to get monetized, it's on their website. But you basically need 50,000 followers, post at least 25 times per month, post to either spotlights or public stories on at least 10 of the last 28 days, and then basically achieve one of the following. And I think the easiest to achieve out of all of these is 1 million spotlight views. Now, I'm actually not monetized yet. I'm probably going to get monetized really soon, because once you hit all these thresholds, which I have now hit, you still need to get in contact with your representative and they need to approve you. But once they approve you, then you can start making money. Now, I don't know because I haven't gotten it yet, but I know there's a lot of people that are making like 10K plus per month with just Snapchat stories, which is absurd. Apparently for spotlights, they're looking at either a 1 cent RPM, or for Snapchat stories around a 10 cent RPM. And Snapchat stories, you can get a lot of views on very easily because each little slide on the story counts as a view. So there is a way to make a lot of money from this, but at the same time, it is quite difficult. But again, I'm not really sure yet because I haven't fully tried it out and I'm not even fully monetized yet. I just got the Snap Star and I'm about to get monetized. So I'll have videos updating this as more news on that comes out to keep you guys updated. But moving on to the next platform, we have Facebook. Now, to be honest, I don't really have much information on Facebook since I'm still experimenting. But my co-founder on all my faceless channels does have a Facebook, and he has been able to make some money with it, albeit not really that much. Now, the core thing about Facebook, though, that's changing up the game is that you can get paid now for photos. So you never used to be able to get paid for photos, but now you actually can. And that's what we're really trying out right now. Now, we haven't gotten any of these photos to do insanely well yet. We've been just posting a lot of these different memes. But as we keep posting more, we're going to see how they do and how much money we can actually make from it. And again, just like with Snapchat, I'm going to update you guys once we get more information on all of this. So this is a platform I don't really use that much. But again, I really recommend that you just post to all these platforms. Because again, with Facebook, you can get monetized. And with Snapchat, we don't know how the rules might ever change of how monetization works. So you want to just have posts on here and grow the followings on here. So that way, if they ever do change, you are instantly ready to capitalize on it. And in my opinion, this is a big part of what entrepreneurship is. It's positioning yourself so that when luck strikes, you're ready to take advantage of it and capitalize on it. And so again, you can either just manually post to all of them, or if that's a little difficult, I would just post to one platform, set up all your repurpose.io accounts, and have all your accounts automatically reposting from your main social media platform to all your other social media platforms. And now moving on to the last platform of today's video, we have YouTube longform. So for YouTube longform, there are pretty strict requirements. You need 4,000 longform watch hours, which is low-key a lot, and then 1,000 subscribers. Now, the thing is, if you upload videos that are long enough, you can still hit this threshold without even getting that many views. So for example, just to show you guys, my podcast channel is very close to being monetized, and I probably only have on longform like 20,000 total views at most. Now, don't get me wrong, that still is a lot. Like for long form, that is not easy at all to get. But again, you can see 4.4 thousand watch hours, but that includes shorts. So without the shorts, it's probably closer to like 3.6 thousand watch hours, which means that with very few videos, I'm already pretty close to getting monetized. So it is achievable, but it is probably the hardest out of all the different options, because getting views on a long form video and actually getting someone to stick around for a really long time is quite difficult. But what about the pay? There's 4 specific things that vary the RPM a lot, but essentially how much you get paid per 1,000 long form views all depends on how much an advertiser is willing to pay to get in front of your video. So just think about this for a second. Let's say you make a video on which private jet should you buy. Who's going to be watching that video? Well, probably a billionaire in the market for a new private jet. So if you're a private jet company and you could get in front of that audience, how much would you be willing to pay to get in front of someone who might buy a private jet from you? Well, the answer is a lot of freaking money. Because if you can just get one sale on your private jet, you make upwards of $1 million profit easily. So that's pretty much the main thing that will determine how much money you make. It'll be the demographic of your viewers, like how much are they willing to pay? Are they from a first world country? How much money do they have? Are they wealthy or not? And the niche that your video's in. So if your videos are in a very targeted niche, an advertiser can pay to get in front of that specific audience. So for example, if you make videos on guitar, someone who wants to sell a course on guitar lessons would be willing to pay a lot to get in front of your video because they know that it's a very targeted audience that they can hit with that. From there, what really matters is the length of the video. So the longer your video is, the more mid-roll ads that someone watching will actually see. So imagine instead of just having an ad at the beginning of your video, which pays you per 1,000 views, now you have an ad 3 minutes into the video, 5 minutes into the video, 10 minutes into the video. And every single one of those ads is making you extra money every single time. So the longer your video is and the higher watch time your video actually has, the higher your RPM will be because your viewers watched more advertisements. And lastly, it depends on what quarter it is. So typically, people spend a lot more money in the holiday seasons. So in October, November, and December. And so you'll actually make a lot more money in those months from YouTube than any other months. And this also goes for YouTube Shorts. I should have mentioned that earlier, but the quarter actually also does matter in terms of how many views you'll get. So I'll put that in here. And yeah, so that's how much you'll make. Now, the average niche probably makes $2 per 1,000 views, like $2 to $4 per 1,000 views. But it really is highly dependent. So I can't say specifically. If you're in something like the finance niche, apparently you make closer to $10 per 1,000 views. On my personal channel that you're watching this video on right now, I make close to around $3 per 1,000 views, which really is not that high. I think it has to do with the fact that a lot of my audience is pretty young. But yeah, that's how much you can expect to make per 1,000 views on YouTube. But here's the thing, you have a really high chance for stability depending on the type of videos that you make. So I just want to show you guys one of the videos that I've posted, which is getting a lot of views right now. It's called How to Make Money with Snapchat, and I went over Snapchat's whole new thing about their new monetization program. And this video gets 75% of all of the people who view this come from YouTube search, which means that every single day that this video is posted, it keeps getting more and more views. And if you look at the estimated revenue, like look at this, it's just grown every single day. So if you have a video like this, the amount of money you can make from a video is actually very stable. Like right now, this video is probably just consistently earning me like $3 a day from the day that I've posted it. And I'm really not doing anything. So that's the beauty of making search-based videos. You can get a really stable source of income from videos as long as it keeps having the same amount of search traffic. And so you really potentially have a lot of stability in terms of how much money you can make, to the point where if you have enough search-based videos, you could stop posting on YouTube and still keep making money from all those videos. And then wildcards, well, obviously you could take on sponsorship deals, and that probably is the most lucrative compared to short form platforms. But really, that's the main way that monetization on YouTube long form actually works. And so that pretty much covers all of the main platforms and how much money they actually make based on their ad revenue program. So I hope this video helped you guys out. The main mission with my channel is being fully transparent and not gatekeeping, and really being a source of just good, solid info in the make money online space. I feel like that's really lacking, especially because the second any other influencer gets views, they just instantly sell a course. I don't have any paid courses. If you want a course from me, I'm sorry, you won't be able to find one. You can go to my Discord and look, all of my courses are listed here completely for free. They're just YouTube videos. So I hope this video helped you guys. And if you want to support my mission, it would really mean a lot if you subscribe. Or the best way to go about my mission is by actually practicing transparency yourself. So go to my Discord and literally just transparently drop your best make money online advice. And that's truly the best way to contribute to my mission. So as always, thank you guys all so much for watching. I'll catch you all in the next video, and peace.